Yeah, Michael Schaad, Eastern Canadian Business Manager for BASF Canada. Well, for the Ontario and Quebec markets, we're really excited about molecule. We just launched recently with Kixor. We're still, it's known in the market as Aragon for soybeans, and it's known as Integrity for corn. We're still finding new uses for that chemistry, new ways to use it and make it better, so we're still excited about that. If I start with Aragon in soybeans, it's being used by growers to get faster burn down, get on their fields quicker. Also, it's a very important tool for the new resistance that we have of Canada fleabane and giant ragweed in the far southwestern Ontario. So growers are using it for that. We're actually looking at expanding. It's already registered for use in winter wheat, but we're developing a new system with growers to use that in the fall and winter wheat to get better burn down than they do with glyphosate alone, allowing them to have more of a weed-free situation in the spring and focus more on their timing of fungicide instead of worrying about their timing for herbicide on their winter wheat. So that's sort of new and exciting. In terms of Integrity, we're in our third year in launch. We're still gaining share in the marketplace, but growers are adapting that technology already very rapidly. In terms of other new, we have new products coming to the market. We're testing Xemium, as you heard about on Western Canada as well. We're testing it on soybeans and corn as well. So that's a product, we're probably not launching that one until 2015. In terms of the next launch that we have we're very excited about it is a product called Optil. It's a product that combines two of our chemistries together and basically will be positioned as the ultimate start for soybean production, and it gives a really rapid burn down plus residual control to help growers maximize their yields in soybeans. So that's probably going to be our big launch for 2013 is a brand called Optil, and I think growers will truly see the benefit of that technology once we combine it with our existing chemistry. Collaboration, yeah, we've talked a little bit of this conference has talked about collaboration with both the grower and the researchers. So when we knew we were going to bring the Kixor molecule to the market, we started working with researchers like Dr. Peter Sikkema and several other researchers in Canada 3 years before the launch date to get them familiar with it. Also, not only to get them familiar with it, but so they could give us insight back as well. So that we find it's funny when you do those things. The researcher learns just as much as we do, and we learn just as much as he does from him. So, because they look at it a different perspective. So we find that type of collaboration very important. So at the research level. Then we also have at the grower collaboration a year before we fully launch the product. We do field scale trials with the grower. And what you learn more about that, we're very confident in the product when we take it through a research pipeline. So we know what it does, we know what weeds it kills, but there's endless amounts of the way growers crop in the marketplace, you know, minimum till, reduced till, full tillage, and those type of things. It's hard to replicate that in all our small plot trials. So you learn on different ways on how the grower is going to use it, where it's most effective, where we might need to provide some better recommendations around it to get the most out of it. So it's a fine tuning when you do that type of research, and we'll often share that back with some of the original researchers like a Dr. Peter Sikkema as well, and he might go on and do trials. So it's almost a continual loop that we work. So the collaboration just makes everybody better. In terms of new collaborations, we are working closer with Monsanto to make sure that we have a consistent messaging coming to growers in returns to how do you deal with these resistant weeds. And so Monsanto's been good to work with in that area of working on to get clean messaging, and so the grower gets the consistent messaging for more than one company, and it helps them make a better decision. Yeah, so in reference to the IFSO study, we knew that growers' perceptions about weed resistance were changing. We just didn't know how much, so we asked 500 growers across Canada their perspective on resistance, and the key message we got back on that was that 75% of growers thought that weed resistance was impacting their bottom line. So that was a pretty powerful message they sent, and in addition to that, they sent a message that 56% of them thought that weeds were getting harder to control. And so with that type of information, that helps us at BASF to understand where weed resistance is in their thought process, and we have to make sure that we bring the products to the market that are going to solve that issue. Our focus at BASF, we focus on helping our growers be more successful. That's our key focus, and our technology and how we can bring our technology to them, help them use it better, and be more successful.